What's up YouTube, Kyra back up in here with another video, and today we are going to be revisiting a video that I really love and enjoy. It's surrounded around boots, and this is going to be my favorite boots entirely. It's not going to be my boots collection video, which is probably one of my most viewed videos on my channel. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely make sure you go to check it out. I have it as a card on the screen if you guys haven't seen it already. But this is going to be highlighting my favorite boot at the current moment, a affordable alternative that's kind of in the middle, the sweet spot that I think is a very good peak point. That's semi-investment, but also not too crazy expensive when you factor in the quality and what goes into that shoe. And then also a super affordable alternative that I'll be highlighting at the end of the video in some type of aspect that my friend Max actually came across, and we feel like it's a great entry point for people to get involved in boots. My first video surrounded around Doc Martens, a few of the boots that got me into the game, but now I've kind of seen it all. I know what I want out of boots, and I think this is a great point to be in if you are looking into it, trying to explore it, get involved. This is the video for you. So we're going to start off high at the high point. This is probably at the tip of the iceberg, what you got, well, however you want to look at it, but these are the best of the best boots in my personal opinion, and I wanted to highlight them. So that's going to be the Balenciaga Stomper boots. I just got them, and it might be a hot take to be like these are the best boots ever, because I've only worn them maybe 4 or 5 times at this point. They're getting scuffed up. They're not as beat as I thought they would be, but they're still getting some wear. Every person I know with a pair, their pair is getting beat to shreds because it is a bulky shoe. It's hard to be aware of how much real estate it takes up when you're walking around, but that's kind of the beauty of this boot itself. So getting into some of the details, this is the lower iteration compared to the two. There is a high one that does not feature a side zip. That is the runway iteration of the Stomper Bootie. They also come in a canvas version. This one is the leather, but I found the leather just to be a lot better in my personal opinion. I wear a lot of leather in my wardrobe, which you don't really see because my black rack is over there, but these are my preferred ones. One reason why I went with the side zip ones as opposed to the runway higher iteration is because the access point is a lot more practical for daily use, and I don't need a boot that tall. It just like was a little too striking or jarring for day-to-day use. I feel like these are already jarring enough, so that is why I went for this option over the other. But yeah, what makes these so good is because currently with a lot of the wider silhouette pants that I have, I had the Strike boot by Balenciaga as well before, and the shoe real estate didn't really take up enough for some of the wide pants that I had. Like some of the pants would like even swallow a Strike boot, which, if that makes sense, so it would like go over the shoe. These are so wide and large and in charge that they let pants fall on them the way that they should, and that's kind of a part of the ecosystem now. I think if you see brands like Owens and other things like that, you see that they make boots that hover around the ecosystem of the brand. So like if you get pusher pants, then it's going to work with Kiss heels because they're so high and they're going to be so long, you know, that type of an example. For the same thing with Balenciaga, I feel like they're making such wide cut pants now that they need boots that go hand in hand with what is needed to accentuate those pants, and that's exactly what these are. And I have other pants that are not Balenciaga that need shoes that complement them, and I feel like that's why these are so good. So yeah, all that to say, they're amazing. The price point, to be completely transparent, they're like around 1,900 Canadian dollars. I did not pay that. I got them through having some credit on Farfetch because I worked with them in the past. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just had some excess credit and I put it towards these boots because I've been waiting to get them for around 6 months before I even got them. So definitely one that was locked and loaded in my brain to get, because the moment I saw it, I knew it was something that I could include in my wardrobe time and time again and again. I even sold my Strike boots for them, but I will probably buy another pair down the line just because I see how both of them serve their purpose in a wardrobe, even though these are probably going to be my go-tos for all of the winter season, for all of the fall season. Probably not the winter, because you guys know how Montreal winters go. They're very salty, and with a porous sole like this, it probably isn't the best bet. They are very light for people that are having questions about that. Very surprisingly very light for how large of a boot this is. They're stitched in to the sole, which is lovely, and like I said, the sole is more porous than people would expect, so watch out for heel drag, and that's about it. great leather, lovely boot. We're gonna get on to the next one, which is another boot that I want to highlight as the middle component of this video, which is the Oree Tonka boot. And what we're gonna get into with this is that these are actually the friends and family iteration. So this is one of 15. So anyone that has these is probably a YouTube MF or a friend of Ray. So shout out to Ray. Ray is a lovely soul. Love that guy. He's doing amazing things. I've seen him grow from our early days in Montreal. Like if you guys didn't know Ray, both of his parents are from New York and Montreal. Same like me. My dad's from Philly. My mom's from Montreal. So we have that like familiarity amongst the two of us. But all that to say, he's come a long way in his journey making product. And that's exactly what we have today. This is probably one of his best products he's made to date. And the difference between these and the general release pair is that I think the Cordovan leather kind of like fades to like this very smooth motif at the top of it, whereas this is mainly all of this tumbled horse leather, which is crazy. So when you see boots like this, that's the first thing you have to take into account. So as I was saying before, I feel like a big thing to take into account when investing in boots, the first that I showed, the Balenciaga ones, you're kind of paying for the silhouette, the name, of course, and somewhat of the materials, but the main thing that you're paying for is the name and the silhouette. With these, you're paying a lot more for the materials. The name, of course, Oree carries a lot of weight, but with Balenciaga, it's more the branding, etc. With this, you're paying for quality. This is 100% horse leather that has this treatment for it to make it look aged, literally to perfection. I've never seen another boot of this nature besides Guidi, and even if so, like the silhouettes aren't even comparable. So yeah, the material plus the chunkiness of this boot is definitely what you're paying for. And as I was saying before, in comparison to the general release pair, it kind of has this Cordovan leather, but it doesn't transition as much from the tumbled to the smooth. This one's just straight tumbled, so that's what makes these special and 1 out of 15. So I'm super grateful to have these. I think these retail for about $700 US, so I don't know what that converts to Canadian. It's probably around 1,000 Canadian. So in comparison to Balenciaga boots, that's about half the price, and you're getting something that I would say even this leather is probably superior to the Balenciaga leather. It just really depends on what you're looking for and what you value out of your leather, whether it's like smooth or more textured, more exotic, because this is horse as opposed to calf leather on the Balenciaga boots. But yeah, these are cool, also smaller, but still very chunky. This is probably better for like an everyday silhouette. And I'm actually kind of happy that I sold my strike boots, because these might easily replace those. And I don't think I will buy another pair of strike boots if these serve their purpose as like filling that place. And that way I get the best of both worlds. I have something that's very exaggerated, good for my baggy pants, and then now I have something that's more everyday but very special, 1 out of 15, and not like every other person wearing the strike boots, you know what I mean? Because these are special. I'm one of the 15, you know what I'm saying? So that's really cool. So here we have them, the Oree Tonka boots. I believe the general release pair is still available. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure to go do so. The leather is insane. Like that's the main takeaway from this whole thing. Only comparison I could really drive in this is literally Guidi, and Guidi is about 2 times the price, sometimes even 2.5 times the price of a boot like this, especially if you're getting like the handmade iterations or like bespoke ones. If you talk to Guidi and you want to get something like specialty done, you're not going to pay anything close to what these are being charged for. So shout out to Ray. He's making extremely beautiful product for a very fair price point. So that's why we salute him. Shout out to Ray once again. I keep on saying that, but it is necessary with these bad boys. So yeah, make sure to go check out Oree's new Tonka boots, because they're well worth it. And I felt like it was a great boot to include in this arc of very high boots, my favorite boots at the time. And then also these as well. These are my right in betweens. These are going to be my everyday boots when I don't want to have something exaggerated. That's what these are going to be. And the last boots are going to be a pair that Max actually showed me not too long ago. They're a pair of military boots that he found, and we're gonna cut into a little clip of him talking about that right now. All right, y'all, so we're here. We're gonna show the third variant of the boots that I was trying to tell you guys about, like the affordable alternative. We're here with my boy Max, and this is one of the options that you guys could get that's a little bit more subdued, very affordable, in the same breath as like the other boots that I showed you guys about. So I'm gonna have Max take it away, talk about it a little bit more, and tell me how you feel about them.
Can I speak into this?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's gonna pick it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, like obviously, like Kyron's one of my good friends and whatnot, and then through like his content and whatnot, like obviously there's like this missing sort of like world of between, let's say like a boot that costs $300 or $1,000. So I pretty much, it's very much like, it's like give or take, like it's very much a thing of luck. But I bought these boots at a thrift store in Montreal for $35. I think they're like a Canadian military boot, but I'm really happy with them. And they're like a big thing for me with boots a lot of times, like comfortability. And even like I have a pair of Marni loafers that actually I got from Kyron.
Yep.
And usually a big thing with like boots or like a loafer is like the comfort factor. And these are so comfortable. And they wear really nice, and it was just like a nice purchase for $25. They're $50, and they're 50% off. So I paid $25. And yeah, like, and they kind of have like, I guess like a Doc Marten sort of silhouette. But I also, when I first bought these boots, I was thinking about Kyron. I'm like thinking what I love about like all the Balenciaga boots and whatnot, especially like his new, you know, his new boots and whatnot, is that there's like sort of like this little curvature here, you know, and like gives me that like effect of like something more of a luxury garment, which is really nice. So. And it's not easy to find, but like it's really important to realize that you could find stuff, you know, all the time, like especially thrifting denim, thrifting shoes, thrifting boots. Well, actually not shoes, but thrifting boots and whatnot. You could find stuff of value that are really good quality, especially things that are made in like Canada, made in US. Here, that little, right here, that little divot, you know? And Balenciaga, I always loved their footwear for that, especially their boots. Because you could see that, you know? And then also another factor is that like Kyron and our good friend Nat had brought up, I paid $25 for these, and then saying how I could resole these boots, get like a Vibram sole.
Put a Vibram sole and make it like literally they would be a beast.
Right?
Like if you had the shoes that fucking Max has and you add a Vibram sole, it literally be like a $600, $700 boot that a lot of brands ideally wear, you know what I mean? So it's
like a big thing about thinking like, let's say you could buy like let's say you get a pair of denim that you really love from like a thrift store or whatnot, and if you brought them to like a tailor and you get them tailored, like you could like that garment could be fully like transformed into like something that goes from a $20 item to like a $600 item. So these boots, and I really like them already as they are. But like, if I were to resole these, I think they would like, the value would go up so much. Even though I'm happy with the sole and whatnot, but like, if you add like a, you know what I mean, something like this with the Vibram, would change the whole.
Hey, you know what's funny is like Ray did like his own, this is the first time they did his own sole on these. Actually, funny enough, they're not even Vibram. It looks like it because like look at the bottom.
Yeah, I thought it was the Vibram.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying.
And also like even for example, like I think if I were to and like if you think about these two boots, right? They're very similar, you know? And if I were to resole these, I would probably copy like something that Ray did with Oree. For sure. Like these are like amazing. But yeah, it just shows like how much you could take a garment and sort of like create it and like use it within your own style and whatnot, but also how you could use things outside of the garment itself, like bring it to a tailor or bring it to like a to resole your like your boots or whatnot, and you could like really change a whole garment and make it into like your own personal. And I think buying stuff from like a thrift store or buying it from like your local, for us like Renaissance or whatnot, sometimes those pieces like mean the most, you know what I mean? And even for Kyron, I know for him, like as much as he has like really nice pieces and whatnot, some of his most prized possessions or items that he purchased in like a moment where he will like bought it from like, maybe it's like a curated thrift or not, but I know he's found some amazing pieces once again. And it's hard for sure, it's not easy, but you could find stuff like this, you know what I mean? For sure. It takes like, I mean, effort and whatnot, but you could find these pieces for sure.
And that's something that like I feel like a lot of people have to just realize is that it comes with time. You're gonna get there, no matter like the money effort or whatever, like the time effort, you could get to that position. Whether it's like a $1,900 Balenciaga boot or it's kind of like the sweet spot right in between, and then it's like really $35. So it's like, you can get it no matter how you live.
But also like what you do, like what you choose to do, like, you know what I mean? You make the garment, like you take something and like you make it yourself, like you make it your own. And finding stuff like sometimes at the thrift and whatnot, like those are the items that become like very personal to you, you know? Like sometimes people say like understanding like the difference between pricing. Like let's say a denim, you get a really nice pair of denim for like $150, $200. But like a boot like comes with quality and whatnot. So sometimes finding like a military grade like boot or whatever, they have the same sort of like qualities that the highest that designers like look for to replicate. Exactly.
and all
So,
that. But like, yeah, Max, thanks for stopping
of
on the
course,
chat. I just
for
wanted
sure.
to make sure that like you guys could see the whole arc of everything. It's like it could go to the highest of the high, the mid of the mid, not even mid, like
And the lowest of the
and
lows.
the lowest of the lows. But like not even to say that like mid is mid or low is low, but like you could have anything on the scope of price range and it could all be lit. So
For sure.
that's all I'm trying to say. Love you guys so much, and I appreciate Max for stopping by.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
And we're gonna finish off the video with styling a few of these boots, showing you guys how I put together some calm little everyday fits with the Stomper boots and then also with the Oree tonka boots as well. Just show you how I could interpret these boots in an everyday light and show you how I get busy with them because they're super special. I think they're very useful in elevating a lot of outfits, and that's why I think that video that I did a long time ago, around 3 years ago at this point, did so well because a lot of people are interested in getting into that type of footwear. People are kind of over the whole sneaker thing, and it really elevates and sophisticates a lot of your outfits. All right, y'all. So I just wanted to show you what it would look like on some cozy vibes just wearing these boots, because I feel like it's easy to see something like this and be like, how do you wear this in like a regular sense? You know what I mean? I feel like with something like this, you easily see it and you're like, oh, I have to go full-fledged runaway boy by wearing a pair of boots like this. And honestly, if I'm traveling somewhere, I would not pack anything like this into my bag because it's way too big. So this is something that I'd wear in an airport attire wearing a boot like this. So that's what these look like. You could have them stacked like this with the boot exposed, you know what I mean? Or you can have it fully flowed on top. And this is one of the few sweatpants that I have that was a great example of like the leg opening is way too big and no pair of shoes would actually go hand in hand with it, yet these are the perfect boots to do so, and these still are way too wide and way too long for them, and this is a size medium, not even a large. But yeah, these are the pearled ivory sweatpants. They fit them super well. They look like they were made for these boots, and this is just an example of how you could wear it in a casual nature. But I'm going to show you the ideal outfit of how I would wear these boots in, and then I put it together recently, so definitely one of my favorite outfits. All right, so as for outfits that I would be wearing, like that's like over the top with these boots, the Balenciaga Stompers, this is something that I wore the other day, or pretty much the basis of it all. Absolutely love these Owens Geth leather pants. This is probably a grail of mine, so like the pairing of the two is like grail, like nothing tops those two together. And something that I noticed when I was wearing these out the other day, because I wore this outfit like maybe 3-4 days ago. This is the first time that these pants have never dragged on the floor because they're hella wide, hella long. And with these boots, it's like the perfect combination because they just don't hit the ground, or they literally just fall perfectly right to the end. So yeah, they're just a perfect combination paired together. Match made in heaven. So you guys can see that here. Literally like stunning. So whole thing, Enfants, Déprimés, long sleeve, Vetements bomber, Owens leather Geth pants, chrome wallet chain, and the Balenciaga Stomper boots. So this is the uniform, or what I would wear with these boots all together as a put together fit, and you guys will see what I would wear with the Oree situation momentarily. So give me a few. All right, you guys. So now I'm wearing the Oree tonka boots, and I could genuinely say no glaze, no funny shit, no none. These have a better construction than my Balenciaga strike boots that I sold before I even got the Stomper boots. That's point blank it. I just needed to get that bar off because after putting these on and trying them on for the first time, I could say that in comparing the two, the construction is like it's night and day. Like you can't even compare the two. This is an artisanal, beautifully crafted shoe. Like there's so much thought and depth that goes into footwear on one side, but making something of this caliber is just out of this world. Comparable to the likes of Guidi. I've gone to cobblers before, and whenever I bring them shoes like my Guidi PL2s when I had those, or my back zips, the 788Zs, my cobbler will literally say like he hasn't seen a shoe better made than what Guidi does. And for me to compare those two brands, then you already know Oree is doing amazing things. And yes, I have the Friends and Family one, but the one that is generally available to the public, I love just as much as well too. Like I love how the Cordovan leather transitions from this little like tumbled moment, but these are obviously a special one, one of 15. So I'm one of the lucky few to have this bad boy touch my toe. So really, really happy with these. They're incredible. And I'm kind of happy that I sold my striped boots, not gonna lie, because these will be a fine replacement for my everyday black boots that have some chunk to them, but not as much chunk as the Stomper ones, of course. And that is it. That is all. This is the fit that I put together with it. Excuse my YN shiesty as a beanie. It's just a bad hair day, so I have to put on whatever as a beanie. So we have the Nike shiesty on the head top, being all floppy and whatnot. And we have this Ashland Gun Club tee, one of my favorite vintage tees. It just fits me perfectly, and I always wear it with these pants because the tones are just so complimentary. And we have this flannel by Pack, which is also one of my favorites. I love the distressing and repair jobs that has all over. So it gives this like vintage feel, very carefree, effortless. And that's what I feel these boots have, because they have a lot of character in them. They look kind of naturally distressed in a way, or pre-aged, but that adds to the beauty and the lore of these wonderful black boots. So yeah, that's all I could yap about these boots. I've been talking about boots for way too long, but at least you guys get an amazing video out of it. So I'm gonna cut into the next clip and get out of here. Hey. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys appreciated the video, and let me know what your favorite boot is of the moment, and if there's any that I should be looking forward to or highlighting in the future. Obviously I have a lot of other ones, but these are the 3 of my current rotation that I really enjoy, so I felt like it was important to highlight those 3. And yeah, wanted to know what you guys are feeling at the moment as well. And yeah, we're gonna keep it going from there. Make sure to sub if you haven't already. Like the video as well. Follow the boy on Instagram, GOTSWEIGE, is where you can keep up to date with me more frequently. I post fit pics, this and that, so that's where you can check out there. TikTok as well, it's gonna be on the screen somewhere around here. I'm gonna check in with you guys. So, peace.
And like my thing is like, I think you could have a lot of value in certain garments or whatnot.
You literally hold that up too. You even hold it like 1-to-1 with the other shit, with the Oree shit.
Yeah, these actually have such a good.
Yeah, perfect. Good 1-to-1. Good overlay. You can even hold it with Balenciaga.
But like even like look at that, yeah, like straight. These are a bit dirty right now, man. But yeah, like even if you compare this, it's crazy.
See what I'm saying? Like obviously it's a lot more of an exaggerated version, but
for sure
it's literally in the same
But
breath.
the Oree, like these are nuts, because like it's crazy, like a lot of silhouettes for boots, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, it's like
they follow,
reinvent the wheel.
There's no real, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and like see what Oree, like see like Oree, like you know what I mean, just making like the fabrication of the boot and the sole, it like changes the whole garment, you know what I mean? And like these two, like once again, you could simply, like I would probably use this sole as like a reference if I were to resole
to
these.
like get it back.
Even you could even see like little details, you know what I mean? All it is just like little, like the divots are larger.
Yeah.
The sole's a bit bigger.
Yeah.
You know?